guys, Wingless Gaming here. We're here for another tier list video. We're going to be doing these weekly. So striker, midfield, centre back, full backs, goalie, and then the most important managers, in my opinion, most important.
Yeah,
But we're going to
could
do
do
midfielders.
stadiums as well.
Yeah, we could do stadiums. That'll be very
Yeah.
White Hart Lane, obviously, and awful. I'm kidding.
It's now called the Tottenham Hotspur
I'm kidding.
Stadium.
You know, White Hart Lane, that might be only one of the only things for Tottenham supporters that will be high up in this tier list. Stadiums.
I mean, imagine using an NFL.
Yeah, true. But have you seen the stadium? The atmosphere's bad, but I mean the outside is nice.
Yeah, I mean, I'm pretty sure it's
It's
called
nice.
Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. Like they've changed the name,
Really?
haven't they? Yeah.
But it's on the actual road, White Hart Lane, like on the same road. They literally built on
Yes,
top of the
it's
old
just
stadium.
no, it's just they've like they used to play in Wembley, right? For like 1 or 2 years.
Yeah. Which
Yeah,
I
alright.
think I don't think Wembley has a very good atmosphere personally. But yeah, let's start with the midfielders.
Let's start.
Okay.
Lundstrom.
World class
Wow.
season. And we're doing this
Yeah,
based on this season, by the way, guys. So if some players are low down, doesn't mean they're bad. They may have just been injured or, just had an off season. Obviously, if you think they're world class, they're world class. But they may have had a bad season. Obviously, Lundstrom, one of the best midfielders in the league this season. I mean, wow.
Yeah, I put him world class. Yeah. Ceballos.
Average.
Yeah, I put him average. I mean, considering it's the Arsenal midfielder, average. He's
How much
so.
has he
I mean, he
played?
had an all right start. Sorry.
How much has he played? 'Cause he doesn't start, does he?
I mean, he played a bit at the start, but then he had one man of the match performance, and then he just faded away.
Yeah. So we can't put awful. But yeah, we can't put awful.
Right,
On like,
Torreira. I put
uh,
him decent.
decent. Yeah, I
He
think he's
hasn't
been.
started
Yeah,
many games this season.
I think he's been one of Arsenal's better midfielders. Obviously,
Yeah.
one of the ones coming up, Xhaka, has been. Well, let's just talk about
Yeah.
it in a few minutes.
Off the grid.
Yeah.
As in the bad side, not the good side. Tete, I mean, I put him average.
Average. Yeah, not done too
I mean,
much.
there's nothing to shout about. There's nothing to criticize him about, really.
Yeah.
So yeah, average is probably the best spot. Granit Xhaka.
I mean, every time I hear that guy's name, I'm just happy that he wasn't once the Liverpool captain, and he's, I mean, the Arsenal captain. Worst cap. If we do captains, the worst. I think one of the worst captains ever. Doesn't matter.
Because he got stripped, didn't he?
Yeah.
Of captaincy.
You might have a captain who's maybe not skillfully, the best, but a captain who throws off the armband and throws the shirt to the ground and starts shouting back at his own fans. That is.
Yeah, he's got to be put in awful.
Who's the Arsenal captain now? Aubameyang, right?
Aubameyang. I mean,
I don't really see him as a leader.
Yeah, exactly.
I
I'd probably say the goalkeeper, maybe Leno.
Yeah, Leno. I was about to say, or David Luiz, but obviously,
Christ.
I mean, he is a leader, though. You can't.
Yeah.
It's better than Xhaka. He might not be skillfully impressive, or he's had a bad season, but I think he'd be a decent leader. So yeah,
right. So yeah,
not really
awful,
a question. It's, I mean, if there was one below, we'd put him in the one below. The one below. I mean, it's awful. James.
I put him. All right. Okay.
Okay. No. We'll be realistic.
I put him great.
I mean, the reason why I was going to put him on world class, is because it's not only what he does on the pitch. Off the pitch, he's like
off the pitch.
Right. He's like Jurgen Klopp's assistant manager. He's amazing. And when he
like
comes on, he's just so significant. He got us that 2-1. He basically carried us to that 2-1 win against Leicester. Amazing performance. But yeah, he hasn't played, a lot. Obviously, it's very competitive, the Liverpool midfield. no one really standing out apart from maybe Jordan Henderson this season.
I wouldn't be surprised if a few of them go,
Yeah,
like Wijnaldum and
yeah,
stuff like
Wijnaldum.
that.
Obviously, I think he's a great player, but I obviously want him to stay. Of course, I think he's better than Fabinho, in my opinion.
I mean, I would
Um,
take Fabinho.
yeah, yeah. No, Fabinho is good, but I think at the end of the season he was getting a bit off. But I think
Yeah,
Wijnaldum's definitely been Liverpool's second best midfielder this season. He's been
yeah.
pretty good.
Right. Will Hughes, average.
Average,
I mean, I've seen him on like Match of the Day
yeah,
and stuff. He's done all right, but all right,
yeah,
it's all
yeah.
right, you know.
Watford have struggled
Um,
this season, apart
yeah,
from against Liverpool, where they became the best team in the world and beat Liverpool 3-0.
they became in Chelsea's shadow.
Ooh, next one.
Miller Voyage.
I think he's been decent. I think
Okay. I mean, I was thinking average
I think
because
he's had
his
a big
only
influence.
goals have been like from penalties because he's
Yeah,
a
but
penalty taker. So
I think
I'll put him
he is the
decent.
captain, right? And I think he's had a big
Yeah.
influence. You know, he may have not done a lot
What
apart
was
from maybe
he?
penalties.
Serbian, isn't he?
Yeah, but I think he's had a big
Yeah.
influence in the team, and they've done quite well this season. I think better than usual, right? Where are they? Like ninth or something? I think
Yeah, Crystal Palace are doing quite well. I
I
think they
think
might be 10th.
yeah, but I think normally they're like just above the relegation, or kind of like 13th or something like that. But this season I think they've definitely I think
They've
decent.
been more consistent.
Yeah, I think better than usual. So will we agree on decent?
Yeah, yeah, we'll agree on decent. Yeah.
Ooh, interesting one.
I mean,
Fabinho.
he's a great leader. I mean, he had to go at centre
Playing
back because
centre
after
back,
that Laporte
which is why
injury.
I would personally put him at great because
Yeah,
same with
all
James
rounder.
Milner. When you're so versatile, and you can play in different positions, I think that shows that you're a quality player, like as an all round. I think he's a great player. He's aging quite a lot now. Doesn't have a lot of football left in him, but I think great for sure, and he's a great leader for Man City.
Yeah.
Ooh, Sigurdsson.
Um,
Definitely one of his
I,
poorer
I, I
seasons.
mean, I would probably say awful. Not gonna lie.
Well,
I mean,
if we compare it to his previous seasons, he's carried Everton to the top 10. He's had like
I mean,
over 10
mm,
assists and stuff like
I
that.
don't think he's been worth. What's it? 40 million.
Hmm.
I don't think that he's a second most expensive signing ever. He was a record-breaking signing at the time. Yeah, I just feel like he hasn't. I mean, you can put him average, but I'd probably put him awful.
Well, I think as a player overall, I'll probably put decent. And
Yeah, but
I think
like,
most of
what's
his,
happened this season?
I think most of his performances this season. Also, we're basing this on, you know, the price can affect it. 40 million's a lot, so I probably put most of his performances decent. But I can agree with
Yeah, okay,
awful. 40
okay.
million, and I don't think he's got like 2 assists and 1 goal or something. It's well below
Yeah.
average. He normally gets like 10 assists or something like that. It's yeah, poor, poor. Oof,
Right. Andres Pereira. I mean, I put him average.
poor, poor, poor. Obviously, we have to realize how old is he?
Like 28.
Yeah,
I mean, I just, I mean, he's out of position, so I mean, I guess that just about
yeah.
puts him to average. And he's got like one or two good
It's just
goals, but I
I don't think
just,
he's done a lot this season. Like, and you can see it where
um,
Man United are on the
yeah.
table. Struggling to make it into, not just Champions League but any European football.
All right. Ross Barkley. I mean, I've put him average
Average.
as a
Yeah,
Chelsea fan. I mean, I think, I mean, towards the end of the season, before, excuse me, the virus, he actually started to perform against Tottenham and then
yeah. I was about to
against
say.
Everton.
I think he's had good sparks. He's shown his talent, but
Yeah,
overall, I think too inconsistent for me
yeah. So that just puts
to
him to
make it
average.
decent. Yeah.
Um, Jefferson Lerma. I mean, personally, I put him average. I mean, I actually saw him play at Stamford Bridge. Won't talk about the result. But yeah,
Yeah. I think he's doing all right.
I think he's been average. I mean,
I was about to say decent, but I'll agree. I'll agree with average. I'll agree with
okay.
average.
Tom Davies.
Rubbish. I don't know how he's still
Yeah,
there.
are awful. I'm sorry, but I mean, 2 seasons ago he was actually quite good. I'd say put him decent. 2 seasons ago, but this season,
Okay,
I mean,
if we're
hasn't he had an injury?
gonna put Tom Davis there, I don't think we can put Sigurdsson there because I don't think he can go next to these two players. You know, we have to give him
Okay, all right, all right. Well,
some
I mean,
respect.
he should Sigurdsson should be like average,
Average.
like on the line of awful as well. So
Yeah,
like
yeah,
in
yeah.
in the middle.
Jack Wilshere.
Jack Wilshere. Oh my god.
It's not
I
even.
mean, you have to put him awful. Keeps on getting injuries. Yeah. And just move on. Really, there's
Kevin De
nothing more to
Bruyne.
talk about. I
Also an
mean,
easy one.
that has to be God. I'm sorry.
Is there a god? I forgot. No, it's just world class. Yeah,
I was
yeah,
just
but
woke up. Oh,
yeah.
okay.
But I mean,
Yeah.
yeah, the
Yeah.
top. But I think best midfielder in the Premier League.
I mean, he's contender for the Player of the Year. I mean,
Yeah, contender for the Player of the
it,
Year.
it hurts that
May,
we let him go, but
maybe one of the best midfielders in the world. Maybe the best midfielder in the world at what he does.
we're certainly the best cam in the world.
Yeah, he probably. Probably.
I mean, who else is really a cam? I mean, I can't think of anyone that's that big. Um, Declan Rice, I think he's been average.
I was gonna say awful. I think he's been
I mean, see, I agree on that, but I
really
don't know.
awful this season.
He's
Well, yeah. Oh no, I think he's
done
done
a
all right.
lot.
But I think as a player, I watched him against Liverpool, and he's not good at all. Honestly, I don't know how. You want to buy him. That's the funniest thing. Chelsea want to
Gosh,
buy him.
I don't know what we're thinking. Oh, yeah, I know
That's the
he's Mason
funniest
Mount's
thing.
best mate, but come on,
I
he's
know.
not going to
He's
offer
always
us anything. We've got so many midfielders.
Yeah, you've got enough. You've got one of the best.
We've got too many. We
You've
got too
got you've got
many.
one of the best CDMs in the world, Kante. I don't know why you want him. I mean, look how ugly he
Yeah,
is. I mean, and he's
and
not
even
good.
Jorginho as well.
I think we'll put him average because I think he's a bad player, but he's performed, considering how bad he is, he's performed all right,
Jorginho,
Jorginho,
great,
I think he's
great.
been one of your best midfielders
Yeah,
this season. He's one of your
he's
best
been
midfielders.
absolutely quality. Like people criticizing how much we paid for him, but honestly, he's performed so well.
Yeah.
Gundogan. I mean, he's barely made. See, I don't get it. People go to Man City and they don't play just to fill up the bench, make him look
Rodri.
unstoppable.
Well, he's played a lot this season, but what's his name? Cancelo.
Yeah, Cancelo. Where is he? I mean, Jesus. I mean, probably.
I mean, hasn't Zinchenko's played more, and he was way cheaper, right? Or yeah, he's been.
Yeah, I think it was because of the Mendy, the left back crisis City have. I mean,
Yeah. Their defense is an absolute shambles,
yeah.
Apart from
How much money they spend to fill up. I don't know why they don't just play Cancelo, even at centre back. I bet he'll do better than John Stones.
Yeah, John Stones.
So yeah, I put him Gundogan. What are we gonna say? I think average, maybe.
Average. Yeah. I mean, I think as a player, decent or maybe even great. I think he's got great skill and talent, but this season has to go in average. Ooh,
João Martinho. I think he's decent or great. What's your view?
I don't think this has been an amazing season for him. I think he's had.
Okay, well,
I think last season was better for him.
Decent then. Maybe.
Yeah, well, I think we'll put decent. I think he's a great player, but we'll put him in decent.
I think he was better last season. Not gonna lie.
I think most Wolves players were better last season.
Jimenez maybe.
Yeah, no, him.
I think
Jimenez
he's a lot
really,
better this season.
Yeah, and Traore as well has been a lot better.
Oh my god, yeah. Jota, I mean, he's been consistent. Yeah, I wouldn't say he's
Yeah.
decreased his form, but
And I
he's
think
actually
their
got a few more
defense. I think their
goals.
defense has been in overall. Their defense in general has been better this season. Maybe.
Um,
I think their
Davy
main player.
Proper, yeah,
Oh yeah.
I mean, probably the most average player
Mm,
you will find on this list.
yeah. Yeah. Doesn't offer anything special. But he
Doesn't
isn't
offer
bad.
anything awful.
But he's not bad either. Yeah.
Yeah. Eric
Eric
Dyer.
Dyer.
Oh
Mm.
Christ.
I think a
The
lot of Tottenham.
Mr. Stomper up the stadium
Yeah.
against what's it? Yeah,
Yeah.
oh my God.
And I know Tottenham fans don't like him either. But I think they have to remember, he's the one that got them, a scraped win, with that penalty against, what was it, Newcastle, right?
Yeah.
So, I think if we're considering this, comparing him to the other midfielders in the
Yeah.
squad, he's probably one of the better Tottenham midfielders this season. So I'm willing to say average or decent.
Average. Decent's too much.
Okay, yeah, yeah, because you look at the players and decent, and yeah. Adam Lallana.
Lallana, average. I mean, he
Uh, I think
came
he's.
on against Man United, didn't he?
Yeah, yeah, and he's played a few games actually. Surprisingly, when I saw him, I was like, "What is Jurgen Klopp doing?" But he has performed. He has performed. I think as an overall player, I think once upon a time he wasn't great, you know. But I think he's too slow now. He's got great skill on the ball, but he's just too slow. And
Yeah.
this season he's been all right. He got an important goal against Man U. So yeah, I'll accept average. I'll accept average.
Okay.
Ooh, the
McTominay.
supposedly
Ooh.
amazing player.
I'd just say he's average again.
Awful.
I think he's
What has
awful.
he
I mean,
done? What has he done?
what's he,
He's on.
21, isn't he?
Yeah, Man U players are so delusional. Honestly, like they
Yeah.
think they think that they can make Champions League football by buying Igalo and starting McTominay. It's never gonna happen. I mean,
Williams as well. Oh my
and then
God,
they say that
Brandon
they've got one of the
Williams.
best squads. I mean, even Wolves' team is better. Sheffield's team is better.
Yeah.
Leicester's been amazing this season. Chelsea's, Man City, Liverpool, all those teams have
Yeah.
way better teams. Like if you look on paper, I am comparing Man U's team to something like, I don't know, Newcastle's. Honestly, like it's that bad.
They have like, if you say Rashford, St. Maximum, uh,
Same maximum.
Martial's,
Oh.
uh,
De Gea, I don't know why. We're going to go to the goalies.
De Gea.
In a
Oh
few weeks' time, we're
Christ.
doing the
Oh my
goalies,
God.
and
De Gea.
I don't know why he's still seen as one of the best goalies in the world. Some of the mistakes
That error
he
against
should be
Watford.
seen.
Oh
He
my
should be
God.
seen as Loris Karius. He should be seen as Karius, like at that level, which is it's not
Spanish
even awful.
Carriers.
It's a level so low that it doesn't exist. Some
Yeah.
of the mistakes. I understand that he might be good at making the dramatic saves, but he's so bad at the basics. Honestly, it's embarrassing. It is embarrassing. Anyway,
So what were
where are
you?
we putting McTominay then?
I mean,
Average?
yeah,
Okay, yeah, sure. Average. Mason Mount.
average.
I have my
I
strong beliefs about Mason Mount. I will admit, Chelsea have a lot of young prospects, but I'm going to be honest with you. I don't think Mason Mount is one of those that are going to be, really good. I think Hudson-Odoi, Tammy Abraham, Reece James, Tomori, yes. What's his name? The midfielder, Scottish guy, Billy Gilmore.
bet he
He'll
yeah.
be good, yeah. But I think Mason Mount is just overrated. I
I
mean,
mean, see, he
because
played well at the start, so I think average.
I think average, but like I think it's just that Bayern Munich performance it's Xhaka quality. I mean, but we'll put him in average
Yeah, that was a horrible horrible game
just to
to
make you
watch.
feel happy. But
Horrible,
honestly, some of
absolutely
his
horrible.
performances are just. I'm gonna put him there to make you feel happy. But I mean, if I
Because
think
he played well. I mean, he had a really fire start, but as a young player, I mean, it's kind of hard to carry that over. I don't know. I think we
I don't know.
expected a
I
bit too
think
much of
some
him.
Chelsea fans are just saying he's the next Mason Mount. I mean, the next Frank Lampard. Sorry. And I mean, if that's the next Frank Lampard, I mean, it's a very bad Frank Lampard. It's the Frank Lampard at Man City. It's not a good Frank Lampard.
Or like West Ham.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, not even West Ham.
No, he was all
New
right.
York, New
New
York
York.
City.
Yeah, yeah. It's a bad Frank Lampard. It's not a good one.
Yeah. Philip Burling.
Ooh,
I think I've seen
I
him
think me
play.
too.
He's a very big bloke. I mean, yes, again, I saw him at Stamford Bridge. He was in their starting 11. I mean, he looks so good on the ball, like just that rock CDM, just holding the back line. So I think he's
Yeah.
average.
I would even maybe say decent. I think he's been crucial to Bournemouth. Being
But
they
I just feel like Bournemouth haven't done so well.
yeah,
And like
I
if
understand.
he,
Yeah,
if
yeah.
Bournemouth were higher, I think I would have put him in
Because
decent.
they've
But I
obviously
don't
got
know.
a very very you know shaky defense, and I think the times where they have looked all right defensively, I think it's because of Billy. But I'm willing to put him in average if you want.
Yeah,
Lingard, not even a question.
awful, awful, awful. Move
Pogba,
on. Awful. Move on.
awful as well. What has he done again apart from pretend to be injured and you know
Do keepy ups on Instagram.
and literally allow Man United fans to still think he's good? How teams like Real Madrid and Juventus want him?
I mean, why are they interested?
Look at actual
I
players,
don't
actual good
understand.
players. That's why I think Man U are doing so bad. They just don't look in good places. They're buying Pogba, and are stuck with an 80 million pound player who's on an extremely high wage. Other teams are looking for young prospects like Havertz, for example.
Yeah,
That's the next player. You don't look at the now, you look at the future. And
yeah,
Man U just can't do that. They've got a very bad scouting network. They can't find
yeah.
players
I
that are
mean,
good.
the next ones are just going to be a hat trick of awfuls.
Yeah, it's
I'm sorry, just move on. There's nothing much to talk about,
a
is
lot of
there?
awfuls.
Um,
Naby Keita. Every time I hear Keita's name, it brings
yeah.
disappointment to the
So I would,
to
I
this
mean,
beautiful badge
I'll
because
say awful, but he's a great player. He is a great player. But I don't know why I don't know why he went to you, and then you signed Fabinho as well, and then you've got Chamberlain, and then you've got Milner and Henderson and
it's
Lallana
not even his fault. He
and Curtis
the
Jones.
first few weeks, of that season, the midfield was Fabinho, um, Keita, and Chamberlain. That was it, and it works great. Really, exciting attackive play with Fabinho at the back. But he's been injured a lot in the Premier League, especially. He's not been. I think when he comes in the Premier League, he's not been great. Champions League, when he comes on or starts, he's been better. He's scored some screamers. I'm not gonna lie to you, which have been good to watch.
Yeah.
But he's not. Yeah, I wouldn't say awful.
Okay,
Uh,
average then. So
yeah,
average.
yeah,
See,
average.
I mean, personally, I would say he's like in the line between average and
I
so
mean,
like in the middle
obviously,
between
yeah,
average and
I
awful.
understand. Yeah, especially when you hear it, his price tag.
I mean, I wouldn't put him with Ozil, but yeah.
Yeah, you can't.
Uh,
Yeah,
yeah.
but then
Right.
I think
Sorry.
the decent mark is actually it's actually good players. That's the thing, which is why a lot of players are stuck in average because you see the players indecent and they're just nowhere near that level. Okay,
Right.
next.
Matty Longstaff.
Ooh, great Newcastle
Um,
prospect. I love him.
Average.
I think he's we Is this the long staff that scored against Man U? Yeah.
No,
No,
no.
that's Sean.
His twin brother.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So this is the worst of the two long staffs, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So he's not done a lot, has he? Obviously, great prospects. Yeah. He looks alright. I think his brother looks better, but yeah.
Yeah. Right. A loss of sheet. See, I don't. We can't judge him. He's been injured all season. So what are we gonna do? Judge him from last season?
Yeah. Well, if you want, we can leave him and we'll put him somewhere later.
Yeah. Okay. Sure. Musa Sissoko.
I don't know. A lot. I mean, I think he's been alright.
Like,
Maybe
yeah,
this season.
average probably.
But it's just, I mean, obviously, I know that the Champions League final wasn't this season; it was last season. But I mean,
Handball.
it's just, in my eyes, do you want me to be honest with you? In my eyes, when I see Sissoko, he's wearing a red shirt with a Liverpool logo, and he has the Champions League trophy next to him because he gave us the trophy. He did. But I'll put him in average. You know.
Yeah.
Ooh, Decorum.
Decore. I think he's great.
Yeah, I think this season he's been a bit, but oh yeah, I'll
Bit
give him.
meh, but
Well, I
I,
think if
I
I
think
think the whole Watford team in general have been a bit there, but I think the second half of the season, with their new manager coming in and all, I think
yeah.
they've really stepped up. So yeah, I think great. We'll accept. Yeah. Ooh, Wilfred
Right.
Ndidi, I think.
World class.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think we. I think
John
we've got quite a lot.
Joe Oh my God, what a player! What a
I
player!
mean, if there's a book saying the club's GOAT, he would be. Well, if you're judging this season, he would be there. I mean, that goal against Man City, what a
And it's
game it
not the only
was.
one. It's not the only screamer he scored. He scored like three of
No,
them.
no, no, of course not.
He scored a few of those, and it's just insane. Like, he's so beautiful as well.
Like Ruben Neves only scores screamers, right?
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I think John Joe Shelby.
So,
I think in my eyes. I think not because he might not have the best skill and stuff like that, but the impact that he's had on Newcastle. I think without John Joe Shelby, Newcastle are relegated in my opinion. And for me, I think we have to put
yeah.
him in great at least.
Okay, yeah, sure.
He's just been so good. Like, honestly. Rodri, he's played quite a bit
Average.
actually.
Actually,
Yeah,
I
well,
mean,
I think we'll say
I'm
that
saying
average.
decent. Oh,
I
okay.
think,
Yeah,
yeah,
average.
average.
We'll
Because
stick
we
with
have to
average.
consider the fact that Laporte's out, just one player's out, yeah, and Man City just go to bits
Yeah.
and literally give the league to Liverpool. So yeah, we have to consider that. Not even a challenge. Couldn't have even given us a fight. So average, and also he was quite a bit as well, wasn't
Yeah, he was like, well, he left. Came from what's it, Sevilla?
he?
Sevilla.
Yeah, he was quite pricey.
Um,
I think he's a great player, but he just hasn't shown it this season.
oh, sorry, not Sevilla. Atletico Madrid.
Yeah, but I just don't think he's shown it this
Yeah.
season, which is
Okay. Lewis Cook. I mean, personally, I'd say he's awful. This season, he's a good player, but I mean, personally, I'd say he's awful this season.
Yeah,
What has he done?
yeah, but I think just look at this list. I mean, this is like this list is for players who should be leaving on a free, like,
Yeah.
and I think
Okay.
he's all right. I think
Okay, we'll put him average. Considering the players who are in awful, it should be extremely awful. All those players move down, and then maybe like a few of average goes to the awful, and then
yeah.
yeah.
We'll,
I mean,
we'll,
if you were
later
to have
on,
a column.
we can try and fix that later on. It's quite easy to do.
No, but I'm just saying. I mean, might as well stick with it, I guess.
N'Golo
N'Golo
Kante.
Kante, world class all day.
Okay, do you want me to be honest with you? I was expecting you to say like average because we're doing this based on this season, and all I hear is you
Oh, okay.
criticizing
Fair
him.
enough.
All I
Um,
hear is you criticizing him. I was literally in my head when I saw N'Golo Kante. I was prepared to defend him because I'm going to be honest with you. I think the Chelsea fan base have treated him horribly this season. Like you're in a Champions League position, having a
yeah.
transfer ban, and you're treating him horribly. I think he's one of the best midfielders in the world, and I've heard is you say rubbish about him all
Mm,
season. I saw you
No,
write a
no, no, no.
speech.
Okay, okay.
I saw
I'll
you
admit.
write a speech about I think how N'Golo Kante was rubbish and Jorginho is going to replace him or something crazy like that. It was
No, no. I didn't say that. No, no. I didn't say that. Basically, you know the Arsenal game, yeah.
yeah.
I mean, not just that game, right? Okay, the slip was unlucky, yeah. And then, like just maybe like a few other games. I don't know. I mean, he just didn't feel like the same. Like I don't know, it's a bit weird. He didn't feel as good as he was. I mean, he gave like if you want to give like an in depth,
I just
like
don't think you
he gave
can
away quite a lot
say
of
that. Yeah.
sloppy passes. But I'm not saying he's bad. I never said Jorginho would replace him because he's probably going to
I think
leave this season
obviously
with Jorginho.
as a player, world class. But based on this season, we'll put him
I
in.
mean, yeah. I'm just saying he's bad
Where do you want to put
because
him? Yeah,
you're expecting like
you're the
legendary from
Chelsea fan.
Kante.
Where do you want to put him? Decent or
Decent.
great? Decent. Okay. Okay. I mean, sure. Can you stop that, Ollie? Okay. Okay.
All right. Okay. Right. We still got quite a lot.
Yeah, I
Capu,
know.
awful.
Awful.
I think we just If there's nothing much to talk about, we'll just move straight on.
Yeah.
Really.
Ollie, what are you
Guendouzi.
doing? He thinks I'm crazy. Gendouzi.
Okay.
I'm gonna defend him here. Um, Arsenal are,
Defend him.
it's one of the worst Arsenal teams ever, and one of the only players in that team, alongside Aubameyang and maybe Leno, who have really shown their skill and talent. I think is Guendouzi. I think for me, he's at least decent. I think he's the only, gem in that
All
midfield.
right. I don't know. I just feel like he's
Where did you want to put him?
okay. I mean, personally, I would have wanted to put him average, but
Okay,
it's up to you, really.
okay. If you want to put him average, sure, but we'll debate that later.
Considering decent, you're putting him with Matinho, Kante, Torreira, and Milivojevic.
I think he's in that list.
Okay, I mean, we'll stick with average for now.
Well, yeah.
Harry Winks.
Not even a question. Chamberlain.
Decent. I put him decent.
Yeah, I think similar to Keita and Lallana. I think he's been the better of those players on the bench. Every time he comes on, or he starts, you can really see that he's putting a shift in. He's played quite a lot this season. I think you could even. What are we saying? Decent. Yeah, I think that's a good place for him because obviously Fabinho was injured quite a bit, so Chamberlain went in that right seat centre mid role, and Henderson came back, and I think in some games he seems a bit lost, but then there's other games where I think he really shows that he can be a great player. Jack Grealish.
Okay. World class.
World class.
His attitude would be awful.
Oh yeah.
But this is not attitude.
Yeah.
This is player quality.
Attitude would be awful. Attitude to staying in lockdown is awful as well. I mean,
yeah.
Didn't he go out and party or something crazy?
Yeah.
Not as bad as Cole Walker, obviously. Hiring some prostitutes. That's just. Did you hear about that?
No, I actually didn't. No.
Yeah.
Wait, what happened?
Terrible. Cole Walker basically.
Wait, doesn't he have a wife?
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I think so. But he
I mean, he must have, I think.
Yeah. Yeah, he
Yeah.
hired some. And he had some friends over. I don't think any Man City friends, but he had some friends over. Yeah.
Jeez. Okay. I did not hear about that.
Yeah.
I mean, normally
Yeah.
I'm like aware, like I'm like a
Yeah, I'm
you know,
surprised you
but
didn't hear. And he wrote a speech the day
I didn't.
after.
No, I see. I only heard about Jack Grealish. That's all. I mean, I scroll
Oh
through
yeah,
Instagram and
Jack
like
Grealish was
so
more
many
recent,
times.
right? Jack Grealish was more recent, wasn't it?
See, yeah, I mean,
Yeah,
let's
but
just say I was living
Cole
under a
Walker
rock
was
then.
quite early on. He was quite early on. It was one of
Okay.
it was
Yeah.
like a month or no, a few weeks into thingy lockdown.
Okay.
David Silva.
David Silva. I put him great.
Yeah, I completely agree with that.
Next one.
McGinn.
Begin. Ooh. See, I think he's showing really good sparks, and then he got that injury, of course.
Yeah.
So,
I think he's
I think
been.
decent, maybe
I'm going to
decent.
be honest with you. When I watched Aston Villa against Liverpool, it was a very close game. I think 2-1 or 3-2. Can't remember now. It was a close
Yeah.
game.
Oh my God, yeah.
I think he was
They're
really.
1-0 up.
I think he played really well. I think he actually, in my opinion, in that game at least, I think he played better than Grealish. Like with the ball at least, he looked better with the ball.
Mm,
Maybe not as a
yeah.
team player, he's not as good, but at least, individual talent, McGinn's really good. So where do you want to put him? I'd say decent or great, in my opinion.
I think decent. I think,
Okay.
but if he didn't get injured, he would be great. 100%.
Yeah, I think next season, if they stay in the Premier League, which is unlikely.
Yeah,
Um,
it's unlikely. I mean, depending what happens with the
or I
season,
think
if
he'll
it just
leave.
null and voids,
I think he should
like,
leave. I think he should leave personally. Um, he deserves to be at a bigger club, in my opinion. I think a team like Arsenal would really appreciate him. That's the type of player they need
mm,
right now. They're
yeah,
missing
yeah.
that type of player. Okay, Wijnaldum.
I put him average personally. Well, this season, I mean, he's a quality player. What
Could
are
you
you
repeat?
know?
Could you repeat what you said?
I said
The
average
consistency
because
of
he
this
can't.
lad.
He doesn't start.
Yes, he's starting. He is the consistency. He's playing
Well,
so many
I
games.
know he's good. I know he's good,
Like
but
I
let's
think
be
he's
honest,
played
Daniel.
one of the most minutes, like out of any other player. I understand that
All
he's
right.
in
I mean,
he's in
okay. To be
Henderson's
fair,
shadow.
considering, I mean, look at the average. Okay. To be fair, we'll put him decent. I think decent.
Fine, fine. I'll
I'm not.
accept.
I'm not.
I
I don't.
will accept.
Average is a bit harsh. Okay.
I will accept decent. Do I think
Average is
he
a
should
bit. Yeah.
be?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
Um.
I'll accept Wijnaldum.
Yeah. To be fair, I was kind of joking a little bit, just
I
just for
completely.
just for
I think
entertainment.
well, I'll admit he hasn't had a great season, but he's just so crucial to that Liverpool midfield. But yeah, I fine. I think as a player, world class or great at least. Jordan
Yeah. I mean,
Henderson.
I just feel like yeah. Okay. Okay. World class. I'll have it. Yeah. I'll let you have that.
Okay, world.
No, awful. I'm joking. I'm joking.
Deli Ali, average.
Full.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'd
all.
put him average.
Yeah, he's had some good games. I remember one good game where he had one really good
Yeah,
game.
didn't he go on that like spree goal scoring streak? What's it? When
Yeah,
Mourinho like the
right.
first
Yeah,
four
yeah,
games.
yeah. Like 7 games in a
Yeah,
row or something.
I actually brought him in for FPL. Like my
Yeah,
first Tottenham player, I actually brought in.
yeah. But yeah, average. He's been very inconsistent. Oh, and Ndombele.
Ooh, he
Where's Lo
actually
Celso? Is he
started
here, by the way?
well.
Lo Celso's not.
No, but I put Lo Celso decent.
Yeah, he
He
would be
was.
indecent. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Where do you think the Domblay should go? I mean, personally, I don't
I mean,
think he
he's all.
deserves to be with
I think
Ozil.
it's. I think the sign is that.
And then guys,
I think the sign's all in the news. He's only been there for a season. He's not been great. and he's already looking for a move out to Barcelona. So I think that says enough.
Yeah, the boss and mega. Nah, to be fair, I think he replied to it and he said they're false, fake rumors.
Oh, right.
That was
But
a bit ludicrous, though. It was like someone like paid like to make a ludicrous story. Umtiti and Tomato for Ndombele.
yeah, because
What?
Umtiti's
Tottenham
good
were
at
going
it.
about to get a mega deal unless Tottenham had to pay like 40 million or something.
Yeah,
Um,
crazy. So we'll put awful because he was expensive. It just makes
yeah,
sense.
but he is a quality player, no doubt about
Oh
it.
yeah. He's a quality. That's why don't worry. The title will say based on season 1920. As a player, he's probably world class. It's just
Yeah, and yeah.
players that join Tottenham. It's not even a joke. It's not even like we're not even like being funny. It's a curse. It doesn't go
So they
well
don't
for them.
sign anyone, but when they do,
Serge
they're just
Aurier.
terrible.
I mean, look at that, mate. Serge Aurier is just.
Yeah.
Okay. Next one.
Um, Fred.
Yeah.
Awful.
Yeah. Okay. Well, let's
Yeah,
consider. Obviously, I've
you
heard
know what?
a
No,
lot of Man U fans are saying, "Oh, look, his
yeah,
50
honestly,
million pound
I'm
move
generally being serious here.
showing."
Um, when um Man United fans, right? I see in Instagram comments, someone has said Fred is underrated. Underrated.
Underrated.
Underrated.
Underrated. It's like saying Pogba's underrated. I mean, he should be. He's overrated. Overrated. And Fred is
Yeah.
also overrated. I mean,
Yeah,
I've
and
delusional Man U fans, for example, someone called Joel Taylor, who you hear talking about
Tom Young.
about the amount of wanks you take in our COD streams. You hear those types of conversations in our COD streams. That's Joel Taylor for you guys, and he says he's good. I was talking to Joel, yeah,
Yeah.
and we were trying to make the worst starting 11 based on this season with uh combined with Liverpool and Man U, and obviously in my mind you know two players are going in there straight away. Luke Shaw
Yeah, definitely.
and,
Yeah.
and Fred, and he said no to Fred. I'm like, what are you talking about? He's awful. I don't know why they
What
even
did
signed him.
did he say he was good or something?
Yeah, he was like, I think he's been one of Man U's, or if not Man U's best player this season, which I'm going to be honest with you, I'll
No.
agree with because they've all been terrible. I'll agree with that. They've all been terrible. It's not an achievement to be the best player
Yeah,
of
yeah,
Man U. It's
he's
not an
been
achievement.
absolutely incredible. I mean, considering the players, absolutely
Considering the players, he's
drawing
been
quality, the
magnificent.
drawing quality.
Yeah. It's a bit like with. Well, no, not really. No, I was going to say it's a bit like Saint Maximin with Newcastle, but then Saint Maximin is actually good. You know.
Yeah, yeah. Okay. Um, Kovacic, world class, world class. I mean, you can't
Yeah.
sit there and say he's great, less than world class. I mean, he's been our best player this season. Absolutely incredible. I mean, you could just see him in preseason. I was like, he's gonna be good. He is gonna be good.
Wait, that's not
And
well.
I mean, yeah, there you
Yeah.
go. What can I say? Absolutely decisive point against Valencia to qualify us round of 16, but we won't talk about what happened in round of 16. Well, we already mentioned it. Um, yeah, he's been quality. Mark Noble, I'd say probably the most average player,
Yeah, he's obviously been
like up
a
there with
servant.
proper, as in like
Yeah.
completely average, like
He's obviously
completely.
been a servant to West Ham for many years now. Um, but it's been one of West Ham's worst seasons. Uh, so not much we can say. Average.
Yeah,
He's obviously a great captain. If we're doing this based on captains, he's a world class captain. He's been there for many years, but this season has been very average.
Yeah. Okay, next one. March from Brighton, innit?
Awful in my opinion.
Yeah. I mean, I guess. I mean, there's nothing good about him, is there?
Yeah.
I mean, March. Who the hell? You know, when he just made appearance, you could see him on Match of the Day. You're just like, who is this guy? How has he made it? How has he made it? How is he a Premiership footballer? I don't understand.
Yeah, I feel the same when I watch Mason Mount. I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. You can see why he could be in the Championship. Ruben Neves.
Unbelievable. Okay. I mean, great or world class. I mean, he's one of those.
Okay, I've actually been looking forward to talking about this player. As a player, he's world class. He's one of the best midfielders in the league. He's gonna be one of the best midfielders in the world. But I just don't think he's been very good this season.
Really?
And I thought in my head, and then I can't remember, but someone pointed it out to me when I was listening to a podcast, and they pointed out he's been very under the radar.
Was it Jamie Carragher?
I can't remember, but
okay.
I can't remember who it was, but it was someone, and I couldn't agree more with them. But if we were doing this based on pure skill, he's world class. But I mean, I'll accept.
What are we going to sell for decent then, or great? I think he's great.
Okay, but let's just look at the players in decent.
But okay, to be fair, look at the players in great. Okay, we'll put him in decent. I'm going
to make a proposition to you later on, which I think you'll accept.
Okay. Well, later on we'll.
Yeah, we'll keep
Jack Cork. Oh, average, Mr. Average, 100%. He hasn't done anything good or bad. Just like Davy Proper or like
Mr. Reliable. I mean, he's not even reliable. He's just
there to fill out the squad, right? Fill out the start 11.
But then we can't put him in awful because he wasn't expensive. He hasn't done anything wrong. He's played all right. He's been a player. He's
James Ward-Prowse.
Interesting.
This is interesting,
because I've heard
player.
He might get an England.
I think he's average.
I was about to say he could be quite high up. He might be getting an England call up soon. I think he's maybe between average and decent. If you want to say average and I want to say decent, we'll put him at average.
Okay.
But I think he could be, maybe even in great one day.
I just feel like, look at the players in decent. I just feel like it doesn't compare.
Yeah.
Tillemans, wow. I think he's either decent or great for me personally.
Great player.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I think he's great.
Not even a question.
What? I mean, million. At the beginning,
great.
Everyone was saying he was going to be the signing of the season. What a bargain! 40 million. What's it? No, hang on, it might have been less.
No, I think it was 40 million. Yeah, it was.
Oh, was it 40?
And
that is a. He's 23.
This is why, and I think a signing like Tillemans is the perfect example why teams like Man United, with a huge history, it's a huge club, are doing so shit, and teams like Arsenal, with a huge history, huge club, doing shit, because they're buying players like Fred for 50 million and Nicolas Pepe for 70 million, whereas Leicester are buying world-class players for just 40 million.
I mean, they signed Maddison from Hull City. Sorry, Norwich City. Fun Incredible. Fact, in the 17-18 season, he was playing against us in the FA Cup. Against it was like the round 3.
Yeah.
So like the first round for the Premier League clubs, basically,
Yeah.
as they automatically in.
Mhm.
Yeah, he crossed it in with a free kick and closer. I don't think it was. It was one of their defenders. I think it was Jamal Lewis. He just headed it home and then just went to pens. And I was like, this guy is gonna be good. What age is he? I searched him up. Yeah, and I mean, look at him now.
So he's been great this season. One of the reasons why Leicester are third place, and maybe could be second, he's one of the reasons why he's been a great player. So are we putting him in great then?
Yeah.
Okay.
Fabinho, I think I personally put him decent, like decent.
I agree. He's been injured, and when he came back from injury, he's not been, at his best. As a player, I think world class. I think he's one of the best CDMs in the world. But
Yeah,
you know,
definitely, yeah.
just watch him
So we're
against
talking about this season,
this
right?
season. I'll agree with yeah. I think that's actually we're putting him in. What's it decent?
No, I think he should be decent.
Yeah, I think that's perfect. I think that sums up, Fabinho's and Wijnaldum. I would put Wijnaldum higher, but
Yeah. Loftus-Cheek will go back to him. I mean, personally, I mean, he is a. I mean, when he was fully fit,
I'm gonna be
unbelievable
honest with you.
player, unbelievable.
I saw him a while ago now. I think it was it was a few seasons ago. And I think Chelsea had already won the league, so they played him, to give
Yeah,
the
in
league a
the
chance.
game against Leicester and West Brom and stuff
Yeah,
like
and
that.
he looked really good. I remember watching him. I thought he was really good. But this
So
season,
I mean, obviously he's been out all season, with that like horrific injury. So,
yeah, and
but
I think it would be tough to put him in awful, but we can't put him in decent either.
yeah, we'll just put him average then. That's probably like
Okay.
you
Now,
can't really
yeah,
put him with Kante and stuff.
yeah.
What's
Now, things that I
like?
want to change.
You want to
I
change?
want to
Okay,
change a few things, not a few
I'm
things.
listening. I'm listening.
The main thing is just look at this list of decent players, right? And then,
Okay.
we agree that he's decent, 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 decent. Skipping Wijnaldum, decent, decent. He has played so many games for Liverpool,
All right.
tirelessly running up and down the field. And I'm willing to make an agreement. You wanted to put Ruben Neves higher, right? Why don't we put Wijnaldum and Ruben Neves higher up?
Okay.
Deal?
Deal.
And there's a few other things I want to change, that are,
Oh no, more.
more, yeah. And these aren't, biased or anything, or could be biased. These are honest opinions,
Okay.
there's a lot. This is going to be gone for a few minutes. I think that we are being a bit harsh on Ward-Prowse. I think we're being a bit harsh.
Okay. So you move up to decent.
Okay.
I mean, if you
No,
were like a diehard
decent.
Southampton fan, you would put
Yeah.
him the GOAT, right? But
Okay.
obviously,
I think it's just I think he's been really influential to their performances. So I mean, I'm actually pretty pleased that most of these are going well.
So what's? I mean, it
Found it.
sounds like there's one more.
Yeah, there is one more, and I've lost it. I can't believe it. Oh yeah, I found it. I think McGinn could go up. I obviously understand because I think I just feel really. I just feel a bit sorry for him because, we put Grealish at world class, but then I think McGinn's at this level. I'm not saying to put him up there. I'm saying we put both of them in great.
Okay. Oh, okay.
Anything you
Yeah.
want to change?
I mean, considering, I don't know. I think Kante.
Do you want to put him in great?
I think he should be great. I mean,
You're
last
honest.
season, the before season with Leicester, old class, legendary GOAT, right? But this season, it's just. I mean, there was like one or two, like it's just something like missing there, like from like the prime Kante. So I just feel like, I mean, I'm not saying he's done bad.
Yeah.
He's probably going to leave because he probably is going to leave. I mean, to be honest with you, I don't blame him. I mean,
Where to?
seriously. I mean, probably like someone like PSG, I think. I
Ugh,
mean, obviously, I know.
PSG. I would never go to
Champions
PSG.
League.
I would never go to PSG. Honestly,
I mean,
all
for
they do
playing
are
in the
play some.
Farmers League.
All they do, yeah. All they do are play some, championship quality teams. Apart from maybe Marseille and Lyon, and then and maybe what's it Lille, and the
Yes,
rest of them.
Monaco as well, maybe.
Yeah, and well, no, was it this season or last season where they did really badly? I can't remember, but there was one season where they did
Oh,
really
with
badly.
Thierry Henry.
Yeah, but yeah, maybe Monaco as well, and the rest of them are just. I think PSG's ruined the league because Marseille actually have more trophies and are like the bigger club, but because
Yeah, honestly,
like
PSG, they might as well see. I generally think if they use their bench and reserves, and that's their first team, right, and they just put it into Liga, I think they'll at least get Europa League football.
I think
At least
I think they'll win the league.
using or even Champions League, even second place,
Yeah, honestly,
without
I don't
using
understand.
their whole
So
start
obviously,
11,
yeah,
say they're just forgotten about.
yeah,
Just use their bench like Kimpembe, Arioli come back from loan from PSG, um, like Kelleher, stuff like that. If they use those type of players, I mean, honestly, teams in Liga will still complain that they're too good. So
yeah.
I just feel like it's quite literally a walkover.
It's one of
A
the. If we look at
walkover.
the top five leagues, it's one for me. It's one of the worst leagues. It's
Yeah,
if not for me, it
100%.
goes. I'll do my list now. It goes obviously Premier League's the best, the most competitive by miles. Then it goes Bundesliga.
Yeah, I
Then
agree
it
on
goes
that.
Serie A. Then it goes La Liga, and then it
La
goes.
Liga, yeah. See,
And
La
then,
Liga, honestly, after Ronaldo left, it's just died out. Let's be honest. It's just
yeah.
Barca. It's all
And
Barca.
the teams are not good. They're not good teams. Apart from maybe Real
Atletico
Madrid are
Madrid.
awful. Real Madrid are awful. Apart from
Yeah,
maybe
honestly,
apart from
that
maybe
is.
apart from maybe Barcelona and Atletico Madrid, they're just nothing there.
But honestly, I don't understand. They have like quality players like Ferland Mendy, Eder Militao. Honestly, we would kill for both of them. What a team that would be! And then Real Madrid, do they just? Oh, you can sit down on the bench. Yeah, you'll be there the whole year. You might
Yeah,
as well,
yeah,
get your pillow and your blanket, right?
exactly. Let the let Benzema play who's now got like no pace and can't do anything. Anyway, is there
See, they
anyone left?
actually
I know there's no one
they
left.
aren't they using Rodrigo? That's a good talent,
Yeah, but it's not enough.
but it's just honestly they
I
just waste,
I
waste,
honestly
waste.
I honestly think like leagues like the Portuguese league are better to watch because they're more
Yeah, exactly. Porto,
they're-
Benfica,
Porto, Benfica,
Sporting CP.
Sporting
There's just three
CP.
teams. They're actually
Yeah, I think yeah. I'm assuming there's more that are
the
pretty good as
I
well.
mean the Argentina league as well. They've got Boca Juniors and they've got like what's it Racing Club.
Yeah,
Yeah, honestly, it's because they're all like similar, all similar. It's like the top six, and
Is it Turkish
they
or
can all win the title.
I think it's Turkish. Yeah, with Fenerbahce, Galatasaray. It's actual
Oh yeah,
competitive.
yeah.
It's competitive. Like I don't care about how much money the owners have or stuff like that. I want a competitive league. I want to see Man U fail because of Leicester. I want to see it happen. Like I wish I could see Monaco win the league or Lyon or Marseille. I want to see a change. I think
So yeah, Serie A. There's actually a change. Lazio
yeah,
are coming out
Syria.
and Inter Milan
Yeah,
with Antonio
Inter
Conte.
Milan, Napoli.
Yeah,
Yeah, Lazio.
Juventus are
Yeah,
struggling.
yeah.
They're
Lazio
not
are
used to
actually.
like.
Isn't it? Lazio are only a few points behind. Like we could actually see a new
Yeah,
winner.
they were actually top of Serie A at
Yeah,
Christmas
at
by goal
Christmas, yeah.
difference,
And they're
but
only
still top.
they're only like 6 points away or something. It's properly close.
I think it might be less.
It could be 3. It's really close. Like They could easily win the league. So like that's I'm definitely gonna watch those last few games if they happen. It's gonna be really interesting. Bundesliga,
Okay.
it's been very
Yeah.
but it's at least it's got the big teams. So you know,
All right. We're gonna leave it there, guys.
yeah,
It's been a long video,
it
but
has been long. I
should
am
be worth
sorry.
it. Please like and subscribe.
Yeah,
You know.
we're gonna
Uh,
be doing one of these every week. Either fullbacks or centre backs are coming next week.
yeah, we'll be next. Maybe we
Sure.
and strikers.
Yeah, yeah. We're not sure who's going to be next, but yeah, we'll discuss that.
Oh no, we've already done strikers, haven't
Yeah,
we?
we've done strikers. So yeah, we're gonna do more of these, and yeah, watch our FIFA videos, watch our COD streams. Watch all of that stuff. Yeah, thank you guys.
All right.